Warning, this show may contain mature language and is not suitable for small children, pets, or blood elves.
You are now listening to the Epic Fail Podcast. Okay. I think we're live. Draven.
We're live.
We're live.
But I have stage fright. No, don't, please. No. They took my stapler. Anyway.
You sure about that?
I'm not even gonna get into that. They took my stapler and my staples. And the pen.
That's a little rough.
Anyway. Yeah, it's been a day. Anyway. Welcome to the Epic Fail Podcast. I am the host, Draven Dresden, and apparently my heart's on fire. Because it can be. It's all warm and fuzzy. Well, warm anyway. With me, as always, are the co-conductors of the Fail Train. Up first, from the land of Canada. I said it right this time. We have Scarlett. How are you doing? What have you been up to this week?
I was just trying to send out a message telling people they should watch our show, so you caught me in the middle of texting. Hi. Guess what?
You got another mount.
You got a new mount.
I did. But
I'm shocked.
it's one you guys probably already have. It's the the Mana Saber from finishing the Gul'Done quest. So we killed Gul'Done yesterday. That was awesome. Okay, well, Theory probably has it.
I actually...
He should.
Should is the right word.
Okay, you should have it. We also got 2 heroic bosses down after killing Gul'Done. Gul'Done only took us 4 or 5 attempts, maybe, if that.
That's impressive.
I want to say 3, but I think it was 4. However, he's dead. And I have the mount. I do not have the Halloween mount. No, I don't have that one either. I don't have the other holiday mount, the Love Rocket. Although, it was really funny seeing people's reactions to queuing into that dungeon. I was on, I don't know, one of my characters, and this hunter joined the dungeon and then made like the oh my god face, and was like, I don't know if I should be in here, guys. And I was like, no, it's cool, you're fine. And the guy was like, what is this? I don't even know what it is. So I told them, and they were like, that's cool, dude, thank you. So anyways, that guy was having an awesome time. So, I also played some Overwatch. And did you guys, we haven't talked about this in a long time, have you guys tried the Tavern Brawl this week?
No.
I'm going to say Theories no.
I haven't even logged into Hearthstone in 3 weeks?
It's so fun this week. It's one that's been before. It's you play a minion and you get a spell of the same cost, which is free. So that's fun. It's pretty random.
That sounds like one they've had before.
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
But it's still fun. I don't know, I was going to say something else. But anyways, that's been my week. It's been pretty fun. It's really good.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, then that'll bring us to the other voice you've been hearing. And that is the one and the only Theory. How are you, and what have you been up to this week?
So I'm pretty good. I did not get a new mount, including not a new Mana Saber, since you brought it up. I wasn't at that point on the quest line until yesterday. and we did not kill heroic Gul'Done last night because of some issues. So I didn't get my mount, but it hopefully should be in my inventory on Sunday.
No, it's not. It's not for heroic. It's just any Gul'Done. So we killed normal.
Correct. We don't do normals very often.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay. Just was wondering. Fair enough.
I'm actually kind of surprised that you guys aren't doing normals just for the tier gear.
So they have an optional night on Tuesdays where they'll generally just run through normals, but the majority of our team already has their 4-piece. I have 3 out of 4 right now, and I think I'm probably behind on that. So
must be nice.
Yeah, but we literally, other than Trillax, which like 5 or 6 people died like as soon as the laser went out because people don't know how to avoid the laser very well. We pretty much cruised all the way to the end, and then we got to Gul'Done, and we're having some issues. We decided to change the strat a little bit in order to see if it would make phase 3 better. It did not make phase 3 better, so we kind of switched back to what we normally did, and then we had kind of a comedy of errors where we were getting it down to like 20% in phase 3, and people were just doing dumb shit and dying along the way. And we'd end up with like 5 people alive at like 20% in phase 3 or 15% in phase 3. There was one pull where I was the last person alive, and it was like a 5%. And yeah, I just couldn't solo that. But it's not a boss that we haven't killed before. We were just kind of having an off night for Gul'Done, and there was a couple of early pulls which ended up being interesting because they got blamed on me. Yeah, so this is the weird thing, and I've heard some interesting theories on why this is happening, no pun intended. Apparently, a couple of trinkets and possibly the Satyr enchant can literally hit something even though you haven't started like attempting to cast spells or hit it yet, if you have the boss targeted. So like if one of the people who has one of the trinkets, I think it's called Drought of something, happens to be
Drought of Souls.
Right. If it happens to be a rogue who has that trinket and has Tricks of the Traded, and that trinket goes off, guess who on ERT pulled early?
The person with the trinket?
No. On ERT, because of the Tricks of the Trade, it goes to the tank. Same thing happens with hunters. Now, I'm not 100% sure that this is what happened, but I'm like, we literally, because I was upset at the end of the night, because I mean, I'm a tank. Pulling early is like the thing that freaking kills me, right? So any tank knows that pulling early is not fun to deal with. So we generally try very hard not to pull early. I'm speaking for all tanks, but I think I can in this particular fact. So I was watching the replays, right? And in the Gul'Done's room, you know, he's in the middle, and there's a circle, and then there's like these hieroglyphs that go on the ground. I'm literally outside of the hieroglyphs when combat starts on the replay. So it's literally impossible if I haven't casted anything to pull on 2 of the pulls that ERT showed me as pulling. ERT's Exorcist Raid Tools. So that was fun. But so
I just want to point something out.
Yes, go ahead.
As I have that trinket, thanks to the weekly quest last week.
Nice.
Or the week before, or whatever it was.
Congrats. Supposed to be a good trinket.
Oh, yeah. You have to activate it. So only using tricks wouldn't activate it. You have to actually, like, it's a manual thing unless it's macroed in with tricks.
So it's you should be correct. However, apparently there's a glitch. And I don't know 100% how the glitch works, but for example, one of my buddies, Iron, who's actually in the channel right now, was talking about how they were having issues with that trinket and a couple of other trinkets doing weird things with early pulls on their PTR runs this morning. So there's some weirdness going on. Something somewhere is causing early pulls. And
I mean, I could totally see Mark of the Satyr enchant going off and causing it. But
I mean,
that trinket
that's possible.
Activate.
But you know, the other thing is that's not proc, right? It's an activate trinket.
Yes.
So it's a use trinket. So I don't know. Either way, It's just kind of weird. Otherwise, we would have killed Gul'Done last night, and I would have gotten my mana kitty last night after the raid. But I will get it one way or another before our show next week. Other than that, CTM, we haven't done our Mythics run yet this week because we did Heroic yesterday. We'll be in Mythics on Sunday. We have already killed the first boss on Mythic and got the second boss fairly low. So hoping to get at least second, maybe third down this week in Mythic. But other teams, Fire Department is 9 of 10, normal. I think we only got like 1 or 2 polls on Gul'Done, if I remember right, if that. But we got Ellison down.
I don't think we
night.
pulled Gul'Done at all.
Okay, I remember it was towards the end. And then chickens are, I want to say 7, it's either 6 or 7 out of 10 normal. So they're doing pretty well too. I got to say, I'm really enjoying the raid though. But other than that, I haven't played a whole lot of other Blizzard games this week. I've been focusing mainly just on WoW and work stuff. So I'll toss it over to you, Draven. How was your week?
My week so far, in terms of gaming, has been 34 characters into the Valentine's Day boss every day. I've still got 3 left to do tonight because I took a break for drinking and swearing. They were playing Heroes, so of course I had to jump in. And for those of you who are not familiar with drinking and swearing, it's Zug, Pat Crane, and a bunch of mostly CTR people, but it's, you know, anyone's invited, and they just randomly pick a game and do that. Well, Kalani is among these people, and he has a reputation of being the best. And to paraphrase some things that got said because they used words that I won't. Dang it, Draven! Stop that!
In a good way or in a bad way?
I wasn't on his team at the time, so for my point of view, it was a good way.
Gotcha.
We were playing ARAM. I totally backdoored as Sergeant Hammer, which is the tank character. And by backdoor, I mean they were all fighting in the middle, and I took the little corridors around the side all the way to the end and just beat down building after building after building. No one even noticed, including the observers, that I had done it until I got to the core, and I got to like 50% before anyone even noticed.
Wow.
So is it bad that I don't even know what that means?
A little.
That means I was a sneaky tank.
Oh,
Fair
geez.
enough.
I was sneaky.
He was in their base killing their dudes.
Yeah. And yeah, it's ARAM, so it was all random people. I got Sergeant Hammer twice. I got Li Ming, and they told me I'm not allowed to play as Li Ming anymore. I was like, random.
Wow.
But yeah, I did okay. I got asked if I played any game other than Heroes, which was fun. I was like, yeah, I play other games too. In fact, that's not even my most played game this week. But
yeah, I saw somebody congratulating you on how you were doing a good job, and I tried to find out what it was you were playing, but nobody answered. I could have, like, watched it and live streamed that pre-show, but no one answered.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, it was over there on Zug's channel. It was fun.
So Theory got ignored. Sad.
It happens.
He was in queue.
It happens pretty often, actually.
He was cute.
Yeah. I don't get cute, but I get ignored.
Yeah, I did a little bit of Overwatch. Like I said, I haven't really logged into Hearthstone in a while.
You should.
I should, but I don't know. I just kind of... It's one of those games where it's like not quite Diablo for me. Because I'll be like, yeah, Diablo, blah, 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 and then I'll just not play it again for months. Hearthstone kind of got to that point.
He totally answered me, and I'm just seeing it now. Sorry. Tangent. Squirrel.
Wait, how did you... Oh, is it in Discord, or you went back into the chat?
It was in Discord. Callaway, who's in our channel right now, Golf Pro is the other name.
Yeah.
He's the one that congratulated him or said close game there, and then I asked, and he answered me like 10 minutes after I asked. So apparently I'm just oblivious. Oops. Keep going.
Fine. But yeah, I mean, that's in terms of gaming wise, that's been my week. It's been a lot of Valentine's Day boss and some Heroes, which I don't think I put it in the show notes. I don't know if you found it or not, but there's something coming up, so I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, that's been pretty much that.
All right.
Woo-hoo.
So before we dive in, I want to kind of show something real quick because I was expecting Scarlett to be mad at me, but apparently she's not mad at me. Apparently she didn't see it. So I'm going to show her now. All right, I'm going to bring this up. So
what am I looking for?
So this is our main picture for this week. Our title picture, so and so. And if you look down in the right hand corner, there's a little Theory, and there's a little Draven's character, and then there's a little Scarlet. But the cat is sitting on the mixer. Not good. The cat's gonna squeal. Here.
Hi, kitty.
She wasn't happy about that. For some reason, she wants to lay on my desk now. But anyway, there's a little Theory down there. There's a little Draven's character, and then there's a little Scarlet. But the problem with the Scarlet is that WoW Model Viewer doesn't do Demon Hunters very well. So it's just a Night Elf. It doesn't have the tattoos.
Oh.
And but it's small enough that you can't really tell. So I kind of snuck it in there.
So
anyway.
I just want to point something out. Scarlett says she likes doing the quote-unquote slut mogs.
Yes.
Yes.
My paladin with the red corrupted Ashbringer is way more slutty dressed than her Demon Hunter
I
is.
know, because
But-
there's no bottoms that match green except the black one, and it just didn't match. And I wanted to use the new, whatever the look is called that you get for doing all that quest chain, whatever it's called.
Odin's quest chain?
No.
Okay.
The one that unlocks the appearance. You couldn't get Unleash Monstrosities before getting this one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The one you get for killing Gul'Done and doing the quest chain. You get a whole hidden appearance.
I didn't do that yet, so that's why I don't know what you're
I
talking about.
know, but it's a big thing. Anyways, it didn't fit my transmog weapon to be a slutmog.
So, in her defense, however, on a Night Elf, the chest piece and even pants really cover a lot more than on a Demon Hunter, because a Demon Hunter, it shows off the tattoos. On a Night Elf, it does not show off tattoos.
The shirt that my Demon Hunter wears, on other Night Elves, it's completely just a normal shirt. On the Demon Hunter, it is this skanky bikini top with the sides cut out.
Wow.
So I'm okay with that. I swear I thought you were pointing to the corner and saying that you got the love rocket or something. That's why I thought you were saying I was going to be mad.
No, not. I've only run it 6 times total, maybe 5 times total. I didn't do it yet today. I am not doing it on 35 characters, so it shouldn't really be.
Yes, Callaway, exactly. Female. No, not the Blood Elf. Night Elf.
Night Elf, yeah.
Almost exactly.
But so I'm gonna show you what we're talking about since I brought it up. So bear with me one sec. I'm gonna load this and then show you the difference. So here we go. All right. So this is what your Demon Hunter loads as, and yes, I gave you the kick-ass Demon Hunter weapons because I don't really know which ones you have because it looks like you have them transmogged to something else. But yeah, there's no.
No, that's not even. So do you see the shirt on the gray on the sides?
Yeah, it's
That's
not there on
skin.
yours.
That's skin on live.
Right. Because it's Demon Hunter. If you put this same shirt on a Night Elf, not Demon Hunter, it looks like this.
Yeah, that's.
But if you look at your character on Armory, it looks nothing like this. But that's why I thought you were going to be mad.
No. But where did you get that model? What is that?
WoW Model Viewer. It's a program.
Oh, I keep meaning to download that.
Yeah, a lot of people who make content with animation stuff use that in order to get their animations and stuff, because you can make them turn and do all kinds of stuff and capture them and just take pictures of them and whatnot. But anyways, you guys ready to talk about some stuffs?
Stuff and
Draven's
nonsense.
probably already fallen asleep.
You can hear him snoring.
Let's jump into some.
I'm snoring while muted.
Nice. Jump into some Blizzard news. This is the Blizzard news you can use. All right, so first up, forgive me, here we go. So there was some pretty cool stuff that was announced this week, including that kitty cat.
Meow.
$2.5 million this thing raised for Make-A-Wish. Did you guys end up buying yours?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, it did.
I bought one. I did not buy the plushie, but I bought the cat.
Yeah.
Likewise.
I bought the plushie. I love the plushie. The plushie is life. And of course bought the regular one too. But that's pretty amazing, right? 2.5 million. I was impressed with that.
I meant to search this before, but I wonder how that compares to other Make-A-Wish. I think that's like double, isn't it? I swear the last one that they did was only $1 million. I mean, that's still really good. I don't mean to disparage only $1 million.
Right. Only pocket
only-
change.
It was only $1 million. Like, seriously, come on. But I'm pretty sure that kicks the other ones out of the water. Actually, let me Google that right now.
You should, because I want to say it was like 1.4 or something like that last time. But I
Yeah, I was gonna
definitely
say
think
like
that's the
1.5. I don't
best
remember.
one so far.
Yeah, this is the best one. But it was a cat. How can you not? It was
Well, I mean-
pretty much guaranteed.
was the first one Cinder Kitty? Am I remembering that wrong? I want to say the first
I
one was
thought
Cinder
all
Kitty.
the pets have always gone first to.
Not all of them.
What's a charity? No, it's only certain ones.
So the Pandaren Monk raised 1.1 million.
Okay. All right. So
That's like nothing. There's not actually like.
Well, we can come back to it if you find more info.
Oh, hold on! I found the last one.
And it says
Bright Paw was 1.7 million.
So, and that's the last one. Wasn't Bright Paw the
I'm
last one?
pretty sure Bright Paw was the last one. Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Not double, but significantly more. That's
That's
pretty
what,
awesome.
500,000 more?
It's pretty good. Plus a little bit. So that is that. Then there's some other WoW type related news here, which some people have already started freaking out about.
Yay!
Beginning on the 14th, right, Draven? Isn't that when this starts?
Yes, I believe it is starting on Valentine's Day itself.
So tell us how it works.
If you want, well, basically, you play with a friend over in Heroes. You play a Warcraft hero. You do that enough times, and you get a mount over in WoW.
So how do you get the mount in Heroes? Like, is that just already in Heroes, or do you get that too?
I think that's. It's they're tied together, but it's more of like you complete a quest, which I believe is 30. 30 times doing it. Instead of 15, it's 30. You just play with friends as Warcraft.
So I gotta tell
That's
you,
usually how they do it.
the horse mount that's in Heroes would be a badass paladin mount. I know that there's paladin mounts that are close to that, but not that color, not the red and kind of gold with fire feet. Hell yeah, bring that thing on in WoW too. But this fire saber with its weird, I don't even know what you want to call it, like almost like jagged points that are on fire is pretty impressive as well.
It looks amazing.
So I gotta say, they figured out a way to make me play HOTS. I'm probably not gonna play it very long, but it worked.
So the great thing about this, as long as you play with someone, it doesn't matter what kind of game, as long as it's not a custom game. You can play against AI on the easiest difficulty. And if you play with someone, aka if you want to play with me, that's cool.
Yeah.
And we can literally just base race and get done in like 7 minutes for one game, and then just over and over and over real quick.
Yeah.
And you'll get it in no time.
Do you have to win the game?
No.
But it'll be faster if you do.
It's got to be. I think it's got to be complete
waiting
games.
on the AI to beat you is kind of silly.
And you got to also only use Warcraft
Heroes.
Anyone who wants the quest. So if the three of us are in a group, if I don't use a Warcraft hero, I don't get credit, but you guys do.
Can I be Chromie?
Okay. Do you own Chromie?
I don't know. Probably not.
That means I'm Illidan because that's the only one that I own.
Yeah.
I don't own any characters. So is there going to be free to play characters during this time, or are we going to have to
always
buy
free
them?
to play characters? But
will they be Warcraft ones? That's a good question.
Yeah, will they be Warcraft? That's
So are we going to have to purchase a hero?
You may have to buy a hero in order to get your WoW mount. That would kind of suck.
How much are the heroes?
A couple bucks, depending on which one.
Well, sometimes they have some that are like
brand new
half
ones
off.
are 15.
Right.
That's not a couple dollars.
I want to say I got Illidan for like 6 or 7.
That's brand new heroes.
Right.
Wait, don't you get the guy who
might
yells
get
at you all the time?
Uther?
Don't you get him free?
No.
Uther?
Oh.
You guys have been. It's been a while, so you guys might actually get some free heroes.
How's
Why?
that work?
So,
You just wait a while and they
it's just
give
a
you some?
promo they've done a while back. You might get a couple. Just pick a couple Warcraft ones, and there you go. If not, it's real simple. There's a couple Warcraft heroes that are like 2,000 gold, and it's real simple with quests to do 2,000 gold.
Yeah, so bring this picture back up. Pretty much if you have a fire mage, you need this mount. And the picture doesn't do it justice because you don't see the fire coming off of it. But Iron was just saying, I guess he needs to play some HOTS. Yeah, you have a fire mage, you're going to have to get this mount. It's kind of, my opinion, that's required.
Dude, so serious question.
Yep.
Does HOTS have a difference like Americas versus EU versus that? Is someone who plays on both types of servers going to have to do it twice?
Good question.
Yes, if they want it on the EU server, they have to play on the EU server. If they want it on the NA server, play on the NA. If they are playing on the Korean server because they're, masochistic like that, then they got to do that too.
So, sucks to be those people.
In all honesty, 15 games, especially if you do easy AI, takes almost no time at all.
15 times 10 minutes each, including queue time and all that kind of stuff. So,
if you're going against AI, no queue time.
So, a few hours, few hours, you should be able to do it.
Yeah, you're looking at 3 hours, maybe.
You figure the mount probably would cost $20-$25 if it was in the store. So your time investment pretty much equals what it would cost. So not bad, not too shabby. So the majority of the rest of the information that we've got for today is either WoW related or Blizzard news related. So I guess I'm gonna roll this bumper. I guess we can do that. Here we go. Maybe if I hit the right button. There we go.
World of Warcraft.
So see this guy in the picture? You guys can't see it yet. But this guy in the
It's
picture,
going to take 30 seconds.
He's got
exactly.
He's all yellow and stuff. Yeah, I see him down in the bottom right corner.
Yellow? No, I don't know what you're talking about. But
Yellow,
this
red,
Gul'Done
with a
guy,
shield.
this Gul'Done guy, he just fell over this week, and it happened since we last did a show. Did you
The
guys
day
see him?
after, actually.
Pretty amazing, right? So, Exorcist, not Exorcist, Exorcist, the Russian guild got world first, and this is their kill picture. You'll notice they all look like Illidan.
How did they do that?
Hint, 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 hint,
Oh.
hint, hint. And if you see the dead body on the ground, hint, hint. That's all I'm saying. But it's a pretty cool picture, I thought. And you notice how they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 priests. Do you suppose they were all shadow?
Maybe like one
I
disc.
think 3 of them were shadow.
Yeah, that's. I'm just looking at that. There's 1 DK, 3 rogues. I don't know. Several warriors, which is interesting. And then obviously that monk is going to be a brewmaster. But that's pretty cool. And my buddy, well, I shouldn't even call him my buddy. The guy that I like to watch his streams, Sloot and Serenity, also got kill world second, which is cool because now he's streaming again. So that makes me happy. But as of right now, I don't know for sure. Maybe Iron can tell us. Do you guys know if Method killed it?
I thought they had.
Did they? I may have to pull that up real quick because I'm
I
perfectly
swear
honest.
they did. I thought they were third.
Let's
Yeah,
find
Method
out.
is world third.
Well, they were ranked
just
third
double-checked.
before they got the kill. But you double checked and they did get the kill.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So is that just those 3, or is anybody else killed it yet? Yep, there's world fourth.
Just-
Entropy was the 4th. So
They literally just got it then because I literally was just on the page.
You know what? They just accessed Gul'Done. They killed Elysan. They haven't killed Gul'Done yet. So, but there is several guilds that are all on Gul'Done right now, waiting to get the next spot. So, pretty good race. I mean, 2 raid lockouts. What do you guys think? I think that's pretty good, personally.
When is the I want to know when the cinematic is going to be leaked.
Cinematic was leaked.
It was
like
leaked a long time ago.
6 months ago.
Really?
Yes.
No, not that one. Not the one we see. Like isn't there a hidden cinematic after the mythic only phase?
I don't know for sure if there's a cinematic. There might be some RP going on, and I would think if they're trying to keep it a secret, they would make sure that it's RP and not a cinematic, because the cinematics always get leaked from the mining,
That's
data
true.
mining. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, 2 lockouts, and it was well into the second lockout. It wasn't like it just one day into the lockout. So I think that's pretty good for 10 bosses, to be honest, in comparison with what we've seen lately. And pretty much all the feedback was that Gul'Done was no joke, like in the 300s plus on pull counters for everybody but Exorcist, which was at 247 or something like that. So that's, to me, that's what that boss should be. Even for the big boys, so to speak, it should be that hard. So
How many lockout weeks did Garrosh take?
I want to say Gary took a little while.
Yeah, he took a while, but that's completely different simply because he was the end boss of the expansion.
Yeah.
Okay, so Blackhand.
Blackhand, if I remember correctly, was less than 2 weeks. It may have been less than a week. Same with...
I think he was early second week.
Yeah. Same with the...
Raden?
No, Radan took a while. Because that was the one that was gated and you only had a certain number of pulls.
Oh, yeah.
That one took a while. But it's this expansion so far that it's been like, hey, we'll get it done in 2 days. So that was what I was worried, is that they would literally just go in there and massacre everything, and by Wednesday or Thursday of the first week, it would already be over. So I'm pretty happy with a week plus, almost 2 weeks.
That's cool.
But,
Yeah, Ro actually put up a poll over on Twitter before the lockout happened. How many weeks do you think it's going to take? And, it's like under 1 to 2, that kind of thing. I was like, yeah, it's going to take 1. They're going to go 1 full lockout and then the next lockout somewhere in the middle. I was like,
that's a good guess.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think the outcome would have been different if that lockout drama didn't happen?
No. This is why they were locked out for 2 hours, and they did not beat Serenity, did not beat Gul'Done within 2 hours of the time that Exorcist beat it. Now, granted, once they found out Exorcist beat it, they may have gone ahead and gone to sleep for the night or came back in the next day or whatever and stopped pressing as hard as they could have. But Sloot himself said that it wouldn't have made a difference because at one point Exorcist was so far ahead of them that they were fairly positive that they weren't going to get it.
Okay.
And
That makes sense
that's
then.
from his stream that he said that. So, but did it have an effect? Sure, but I don't think it would have changed the outcome at all. I think it may have even had a positive effect because if I'd have been on that raid team where somebody was screwing around with my lockout, that would have motivated me to play better. And I imagine a lot of their people on their team would have been the same way. But so, Draven, Scarlet, how is your gold levels?
Lower than it used to be.
Yeah. So
Yep.
there's this thing that happened that involves gold.
Mine's higher than it used to be,
Ooh, okay.
but not for the reason that you think.
So if you didn't know, they announced something with the tokens just a few days ago, and it drove the token market through the roof. Tokens were going for about 40 gold, 40,000 gold for one token if you bought one with cash in order to sell. And they peaked well over 117,000 at one point. Currently, they're in the mid-80s, 80,000. But the reason is people can now use tokens that they buy, not cash buy, but buy from the auction house, to give themselves BattleNet balance. So that means Draven could have used most of his crazy immense amounts of gold that he was sitting on to buy all the rest of the heroes that he hasn't bought yet.
I own all the heroes.
Or Overwatch packs.
Or Overwatch pack. I could have bought skins. I could have bought Hearthstone
Hearthstone packs. Yeah.
Hearthstone packs. I could have, if I didn't already own it, I could have bought StarCraft or Diablo or heck, I could have bought Overwatch. I
Yeah.
own that obviously. But yeah, you could. Any service is now available via this. WoW transfers. You can now pay with gold.
Yeah. Which, race changes, faction changes, name change, all that stuff. If you don't want to shell out actual money for it, you can now use your gold to get it. So that's pretty cool. The other thing that I think is really neat about this is there's a lot of people who play the game kind of in, I guess you would call waves. They come and play in a new expansion for several months to get their fill of it, and then they take a break till the next one comes out. If they are other Blizzard game fans, this gives them the ability to take whatever gold they made and turn it into something that they can use then. Which, previously you'd have people that are just, hey, I'm quitting WoW, here's all my gold, or whatever, if they were nice. So now they actually have something they can use it on. So that's kind of neat.
That's true.
But weren't you buying tokens for game time, Draven? Before this?
I was.
I'm guessing 100 or so, or 88 or so, or whatever it is right now. I can check it in a second. Is probably a little steep for game time. Would I be accurate on that?
In my opinion, it is. But I know lots of people that are like 180K, 100K, no problem. I make that in a week.
Yeah, the token price as of 12 minutes ago is 88,881, which to me is definitely not worth a month of WoW time and bordering on Theory needs to buy some to sell. If it gets back over 100,000, I probably will.
I very nearly, whenever I saw it go up 90 something, I was like, I'm going to buy a couple of these, and if it keeps going up, boom, sold. And I didn't. Because of real life issues.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how quickly it spiked up. And the other thing I think that kind of helped make it spike up is that they had basically turned them off for a little while, if you remember. And I don't remember how long it was. I want to say it was only a couple of weeks, but that exhausted the ones that were there to buy because nobody could buy more. So then they announced this, and there was really none on the market. So it made sense that it would shoot up like crazy, and I wish I would have had the forethought to take advantage, but I did not. But.
Yeah, and just for the record, I know we're in the 80,000s right now, but EU has been up over 145K for quite a while.
Yep.
Korea, China, you're looking at 300K.
300,000. So did they announce the BattleNet balance thing outside of the U.S., or is that just a U.S. thing?
It went live this morning for EU.
It would be very interesting to see what theirs shot up to.
I saw it on Reddit, but I didn't actually check that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to have as big of an impact, price different percentage-wise, over there as over here. But yeah, it was pretty insane for a couple hours.
Yeah, agreed. Well, cool. Now we're going to get to the actual kind of holiday event that's going on right now. And Scarlett, I'm kind of upset. Do you know why I'm upset?
Because I didn't get the love rocket yet.
Or the boat. Where's your boat?
Oh,
I thought sure you would have bought a boat.
I need to buy the boat, and I need to stand in Old Dalaran and in a circle. Sounds really bad. But anyways, you stand in Dalaran with a circle and an item, and you get 50 people to put the spell on you, and then you get a buff, and then you get a toy and an achievement. So I need to do that.
Which toy do you get for doing that?
That is last year.
Yeah,
okay,
but it's
so that's not new this year. Okay. I haven't done that either.
You cast it on someone, and it puts like this giant pink heart on their chest. But it's still a toy.
So new for this year, for Levins in the Air, you no longer have to be maximum level, which we talked about before. But the minimum level to queue up for it, Shadowfang Keep, via the Dungeon Finder, is level 16. So you just got to be level 16 or higher, and you can do this. Loot rewards are now appropriate to the level, so if you are level 16 and you actually get loot from the boss, it's going to be something you can use. However, if you trade that loot, meaning if you get something as 110 and there's a 94, you're going to be giving them a 110 item that they won't be able to use until they get to 110. But you can still trade it, which is pretty cool. So if you're in the midst of leveling between really anything and 110, you have a chance to get some gear as soon as you actually hit 110 at 8:30, which is nice. Crushing Crown's now a daily outside Shadowfang Keep, so I'm guessing that gives you more of the actual tokens. Is that correct?
I think so. I haven't actually done that.
I haven't done that either.
Wait, no, it rewards you a tonic thing that turns you into a zombie. Sorry. Misread the thing there.
Tonic that turns you into a zombie? Is that the Crown Company Cure Everything tonic? Okay.
Well, it's like the dudes you go in and face are undead, so it kind of makes sense.
I guess so.
But I just want you to know I've been running it 34 times a day. I'm up to almost 700, almost 800, somewhere around there total.
Wow.
How? That's crazy.
Total, not this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
This 30-something times a day is crazy to me. That's a
That
lot.
would be boring. I get bored on like 7.
I get bored on the third one.
Yeah. Before I get into that, I just want to say grats to Alessander. She did get the mount.
What?
It's funny. It's funny that you say that, because I was gonna rub it in your face. And
I already knew.
here is Alessander on her Love Rocket. She sent me a screenshot, and you ruined it.
I know.
Congrats, Alessander. That's amazing.
Yeah. I believe her picture got put over on Blizzard Watch also.
Oh, very cool.
I'm not 100% on that. I think she got over there. But yeah, I've seen 2 of them. I haven't seen them, but I've seen 2 new ones from people on my Twitter list and all that who've gotten it.
Yeah.
While I don't have this mount yet, I do have a new mount. So Scarlett, you're not the only one who got a new mount.
Which one did you
What'd
get?
you get?
Well, I would say that it talks, but I don't know what it says.
The Fellhound?
I don't
No,
like
I
riddles.
don't know what the fox says.
Oh, that's old news.
I finally got it this week.
I do not have the Fox mount yet. I'm annoyed.
Yeah, I did was doing the emissaries for Suramar. I went through and the invitation thing you dropped. So I hurried up and did that. I was like, yeah, I can go do it. Oh, there's like four freaking order hall missions you got to do first.
Mm-hmm.
And each of them are 12 plus hours.
Yeah. It takes a little bit once you get the item. And then you got a couple quests after that you got to do. But
yeah, you do those 4 things, and you're like, okay, go over, kill this dude, and then go save him. Then you're good.
I got mine right away because I was trying to get my Prot Pally hidden artifact skin, which took forever in the withered training scenario to finally drop. So that's why I got mine right away, is I was trying to get that artifact skin. But to be perfectly honest, I don't really even use the thing, so it's kind of whatever. But I'm not really into mounts like that.
It's so pretty.
Well, speaking of things I'm not into, though, what were you going to say, Draven?
I was going to say, and there's another mount that I can't make yet because my blacksmithing is not 800, but it is the green fellhound.
I didn't know that was a blacksmithing one. I was trying to figure out where that was from.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
There's a
the
blacksmithing
recipe
one.
drops from Bat Dude.
Tichondrius, I think.
Yeah,
Tichondrius?
Tichondrius.
So,
Yeah.
is it a anybody can use it one, or is it a you have to be a blacksmith to use
Anybody
it one?
can use it.
So it's probably 500,000 gold right now. on the
No,
auction house.
it's only like 80K. I thought about buying it.
That's almost worth the token. So yeah, I may have to token just to get that because I like that one. But what I was about to say is this next one you're going to have to kind of talk about because I don't know anything about this one. So what is up with these pet battle dungeons?
Well, they're not in WoW yet.
No,
Right,
they
They're
this
just
on the
is
announced
PTR.
7-2.
Yeah, they just announced them. I thought it was cool enough. Basically, this one is Wailing Caverns. You're going through, you get a quest for pet battles. You do a couple, you do whatever it tells you need to do, and you get cool stuff at the end.
It looks really cool.
It'll be interesting. I'll try it once, maybe, and then if it's cool, I'll do it again, obviously. But I don't know. I haven't done pet battles in. Well, I didn't do them in Warlords. I haven't done them in Legion. So Pandaria was the last time I did pet battles.
This is Pet Battle Weekend, you know. Get back into it. It's amazing.
So,
It's pet battle.
in other words, this is, hey, don't worry, there's not a weekly quest you have to do this week.
Kind
no,
of.
it's a do all the weekly quest week.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
you can always do that, but I haven't done the PvP weekly either, so I'm not doing the weeklies all the time.
I've attempted the PvP one a couple of times. I don't think I've completed it, but I've attempted the PvP one. I have not
Really?
done. Yeah, I have not done a pet battle since middle of
I have not.
Draenor.
I have not missed finishing a weekly yet.
Mm,
I like doing them. Feels incomplete not to.
that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, honestly, if it's not one of the two, I mean, there's time walking, and then there's the dungeon one. If it's not one of those, I generally stop caring. Because
I do
the rewards
dungeons,
are
I
not.
do yeah.
I'm looking at it in terms of the rewards. Is it worth my time to do this? And then this week, with it, and then next week also, with it being Valentine's Day, all of my WoW time is I'll do my world quests. I will do Valentine's Day boss 34 times. And then I will raid. And outside of that, I'm just like, I don't want to be in game.
Yeah. Well, last week was the Mythic Dungeons, which the reward for that, which is a heroic Nighthold piece, is actually really good. I got upgrades on 4 different characters from doing that last week. Not to mention any upgrades that I got in the actual dungeons. So, and a couple of those pieces were 9-10 pieces, so that was definitely worth it. But I don't know. I mean, I can see your completion comment, but I'm not a completionist in the sense of the way that I play the game. I want to get as far and do what I can do, but collecting mounts, doing pet battles, to me is more of a side thing. But that's what's cool about the game, is it appeals to so many different people playing it different ways.
Yeah, I used to be a real completionist. Like, I must have every mount, every achievement, every pet, blah 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 blah, and just I don't know. Warlords just kind of stole a lot of that from me. So, I mean, I still want to, I still want to do the stuff. It's just not as high on the priority list.
Yep.
I think it's awesome.
And that's cool.
I've been leveling. Well, I haven't been leveling as much, but I've been collecting all the pets, and I still need to do ICC this week I'm missing Drudge Ghoul. But I did get my snowball runt from Trial of the Crusader, so I don't have to do that one again. So that's cool.
So Galv got his little mini Bone Storm guy, which is pretty funny. I'm pretty sure I already have it, but the little Bone Storm as it runs around in a circle around you. That's pretty cool.
That is.
We were having fun with that the other night. But
so since we've talking about upgrades and stuff like that, my Demon Hunter got a nice little upgrade the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Apparently, Cephas decided to marry my Demon Hunter because he put a ring on it.
Har, har, har.
Dad jokes. So are you happy that you got a Cephas?
It was a nice upgrade. It went from a 835 to a 940.
Thought I was the only person that liked that legendary. I don't know.
I mean, it's not the ideal one, but in terms of item level and stats, it was great because it tastes great.
So we were doing a couple of mythics a few nights ago before we go on to the next one, and Golf Pro was on his Demon Hunter, and I was on my Demon Hunter. Wow, that's a lot of clicking. And
sorry.
And I want to say it was in 2 dungeons. He got a legendary in the first one, and then I got a legendary in the second one, if I remember correctly.
Dang.
Yeah, which was, we're both on like second and third alts at that point, and we both got legendaries to drop. So I definitely feel like it's becoming more common to see them more often. Because there was a long time where I had like 3, and that was on 6 different tunes.
Did you know there's a website you can go to track?
Yes, but it's not accurate.
It's not accurate, but it's a good for a gauging about where you should probably be getting them.
So what it does is it looks at the thousands and thousands of players, and how many legendaries are out there, and how many kills and loot drops they could have gotten one from, and creates an algorithm to try to figure out, according to how many kills and loot drops that you've done, what you should have gotten at that point. Problem is, there are people where they should have only gotten 3 by the system, and they've gotten 6, and there's people who the system says they should have 5, and they have 1. There is outliers in everything. This is just a average. So if you look at it like an average, it's a good tool. If you look at it like it's the Bible, you're going to be upset. For
course.
2 of my characters, it's right. For 4 of my characters that I'm actually rating on or whatever, it's completely wrong. So, yeah, it's kill points. I don't remember the name of the actual web page, but kill points is what they call it. Every time you do something that actually gives you a chance at a drop, it gives you a kill point. But anyway, there was something else that actually happened. Was that earlier today, I want to say? Blizzard had a earnings call. This might have been yesterday. So let's talk about that real quick, because there's a couple of high points in there. This is some notes here from it. Overall, this was like the main thing. Activision Blizzard had 447 million monthly active users. They refer to MAUs an awful lot, but that's what monthly active users, that's what that means in the quarter. That's a lot of people.
Yep.
And that's across all their games, but that is a lot of people. And it did say that it was the highest in 2016, which is pretty good, and it was up quite a bit from 2015. But obviously, with Overwatch, they've added a pretty significant number of players that are playing that game, of course.
25 million in Overwatch.
Pretty nice, right? So that's an awful lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Now, if you think about it, in terms of WoW, we peaked at just over 12.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 times as many.
Right. Now, to be fair, Overwatch does not have a subscription. And I think what holds a lot of people back from wanting to play WoW is the fact that it costs money monthly. Even though most of us would probably agree that it's worth that money. A lot of people don't want to get involved in a subscription-based game, and Overwatch is not one. So it's a little bit of a smaller barrier of entry for a lot of people. But it's also an amazing game.
You know what I don't understand, though?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take my brother as an example. My brother's like, games are a waste of time, blah, blah, blah. I play golf, which he's a really good golfer, so I'm not disparaging that. I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
it is a game. However, my brother's gotten me into Clash of Clans.
Mm-hmm.
My brother plays
Also
Clash
a game.
of Clans. Yes, see where I'm going. He spends every waking moment that he's not working or golfing with Clash of Clans. The clan has a group chat in it.
Yep.
What is the difference? There isn't one.
Nope.
And Clash of Clans. So Clash of Clans is like a little whatchamacallit? It's pay to win kind of thing, or take forever to do your thing. So the people in the clan, I'm in the clan too. The people in the clan, the founders of it or whatever, the guild starters, whatever you want to call it, they're pretty well off. And at Christmas time, literally someone dropped probably about $300 buying microtransaction things to give virtual gifts for everybody. Give them bonuses too, but that was a perk. That's more than the WoW subscription cost for a whole year.
A lot of people really are into those pocket portable games. And I'm calling it pocket portable because they're not all iOS games. They're not all Android games. They're portable games that people usually play on their phone. And sometimes they'll play on a tablet. A lot of those games hook you in a lot differently because when you first start playing, it's free. South Park did a whole episode about this. And then all of a sudden you start just giving it a whole ton of money. So it's kind of a different version of the WoW Crack. WoW Crack likes to say, okay, this is going to cost you money up front. And you start playing it and you realize it's a great game and you don't want to do anything else. Those games almost trick you in to committing a bunch of money and a bunch of time in them. I played Clash of Clans before, but I never put $1 into it because it's a freemium game and I knew it was when I got into it and I wasn't going to pay for it. The only game that was kind of like that I've spent money on is the Mario, iOS Mario game, which I think just came out for Droid not that long ago too. Mario Go or whatever it's called. And that's because it's Mario, and it's worth $10 to have a Mario game on a portable device.
Yeah.
So I'm not ashamed to say that I spent $10 on that. But you're right, it's no different. He's spending the money differently. He's spending the time differently. He's playing it on a screen that's probably only 5 or 6 inches if he's got a big phone.
He's got an iPhone 4.
On a 4.5-inch screen. So you're getting a lot more enjoyment on a much larger screen, I'm sure, for your money than he really is.
Exactly.
But he's never going to understand that.
Although he may start Overwatch, but on the PS4. Almost.
Draven's like squirrel. Either that or he muted himself.
You guys were talking. I didn't have any relevant input, so...
He's just keeping his mouth shut. All right, so moving on.
Happens every now and then.
I got one more slide after this one. So the cool thing on this, if you look at World of Warcraft, 2016 monthly average users grew 10% year over year for the entire year, and Q4 monthly average users grew by more than 20% year over year. So that means that it is growing
cough,
compared
cough,
to
Legion,
last year.
Cough, cough.
Exactly. However, those numbers are relatively large. Then the next slide here actually kind of puts things even further into view. This shows where they kind of stack up with Activision and King. kind of separated out. So Activision, which, they've got lots of really good games, like, for example, Call of Duty, among several others, had 1.15 million in revenue in Q4. Blizzard had 669 million, and King had 436 million. So when you look at it that way, King they make Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
That's their big one is Candy Crush, but they have a lot of other smaller iOS/phone games. But Blizzard literally bought King, Activision Blizzard, whatever. I'm not sure at the time if it was just Blizzard or if it was Activision Blizzard. I think it was Activision Blizzard. But that was a pretty good purchase because of Candy Crush. It obviously is making a ton of money. When you look, this even shows their operating income percent. But if you notice, Blizzard's operating income at 42% is better than the other two parts of their business. But Blizzard itself isn't quite even with Activision yet. So I just thought this was kind of entertaining because it actually shows how big of a piece of the pie Blizzard actually is to the entire company.
So here's the thing on that, though. Blizzard is a grand total of 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Activision, you have multiple Call of Duties that are still popular. And, a ton of other games, Skylanders, etc., and so forth.
Yep.
It's more than 6.
Yep.
If you take the best 6 for Activision and you put it with the best 6, all of 6 of Blizzard, I think we would get fairly closer numbers, and Blizzard might even be higher.
It's not really apples and apples or potatoes to potatoes, though, because Blizzard, a very large part of their income, and part of the reason why their actual operating income and net revenues is so much higher as far as that goes, is because so much of it comes from digital, meaning people are buying packs, people are buying downloadable content, people are buying skins. With a lot of the Call of Duty games, you have some ability to do that, but it's a little bit more limited. Like, you buy a new map pack every once in a while. But with games like Hearthstone, where you can buy packs whenever you want, and Overwatch, where you can buy their chests, or whatever you want to call them, boxes, whenever you want, they have pretty much constant revenue coming just from digital means that are not something that costs them anything to produce once it's available. Sure, it costs money up front to come up with it, but once it's in the game, it literally costs $0 to sell that item to that person that buys it. So you're looking at a very, very high, I guess you would say, profit percentage on those items. So I don't think it's really fair because of the amount of Activision games which don't have that ability to draw numbers in like that. But you are right. They have way more games.
Yeah, I know it's not, a direct 1-to-1 like that. I'm just saying, if you put it into the 1-to-1, Blizzard would probably be, number 1 of the whole company.
Yep. But that was it for that. I just thought that was kind of entertaining, so I wanted to show that one. But did you guys have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Can you guys hear the rumbling? Totally off topic.
No.
Every now and then.
They're practicing. My street is a practice run for certain types of transportation in this city. So I keep seeing the same thing drive back and forth.
That's kind of weird.
Well, it's on a track, so it's like a train just going back and forth. Anyways, it's annoying me.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to play Heroes Tuesday with me, right?
Probably not
Tuesday. I will be working.
Probably not Tuesday, no. But soon, yes.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe Tuesday at this time of night.
Maybe next Friday we should play some games on the pre-show.
Yeah,
that would be you too, because I will be again working.
Boo.
Yeah. What you should do, in theory's case, probably, or in both of you guys' case, reinstall the game and see what you have available for Warcraft Heroes.
Illidan.
The game's actually installed.
Yeah. Well, then all you got to do is load it in and see what's there, and then find the cheapest Warcraft hero you can find, which will be 2,000 gold, and you can do some quests or whatever, I'll help you with it. And if you don't own them,
Well, Galv is willing to play as well.
Yay, go! Thank you.
Yeah.
oh, that reminds me, Scarlet, you might be
Yeah.
seeing more of me in Bananas Raid, aka I might actually start
Giggity?
showing up in Bananas Raid.
Giggity. He said I'm seeing more of him.
Like,
Hey,
kind of
If you want.
repeated himself.
no, not really.
No, damn! I just got rejected.
You're not
Not
interested
really,
anyway,
no.
so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
So-
speaking of, well, actually, it's too complicated to explain. I took a picture of the cats. They were all cute and cuddly, and I was going to put it in Discord.
You should do that.
All right,
Sure.
I will put it in Discord.
All right, so let's talk about some contacts real quick, and then we'll come back for some shout-outs.
So at Epic Fail Podcast, we do love it when you contact us. So here's the ways that you can do that. We are at www.epicfailpodcast.com. On Facebook, you can find us at /podcastepicfail. Twitter is at podcastepicfail. You can follow Draven at Draven Dresden on Twitter. You can follow Scarlet at Scarlet_CTR. And you can follow me, Theory, at Gank Theory, also on Twitter. Don't forget, you can find our podcasts on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. We look forward to hearing from you.
All right, Draven, what kind of shout-outs do you have this week?
For me, my shout outs are going to be for all those random people that were nice enough to let me play a few games of Team League with them over in Heroes.
Cool.
Because I don't get to do that. I don't get to do that hardly ever. And it's all I find that's the better part of the game, and I don't get to do it often. So that's where I'm going to put my shout outs. Is those people who let me. We only did like 3 games, but still, we won all 3 of them. So yay!
Cool. Scarlet, you got your shout-outs?
I do. So earlier in the chat, I shouted. I
all-
said hi.
It's alternative words. It's okay. Keep going.
I said hi to a friend of mine who said something in chat and then ran off. But one of my real life friends I was talking to on Facebook, and they didn't know I did a podcast, but they don't play WoW, so that's totally understandable. So they came and joined the chat for like 5 seconds before we probably,
Scared them off?
yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
However, this weekend, as in not tomorrow but Sunday, I am going to my friend's house, their house, same person's friend's house, and we're going to be playing a whole bunch of things, but apparently we're going to be playing Quiplash as a group, so that should be fun. So shout out to Doug.
Cool. All right. So my shout-outs this week are, of course, to all the raid teams, which I say every week, so I'm not going to name them this week. Specifically, a shout-out to Crab People and Tapfa, the raid leaders of CTM. Appreciate you guys very much. Had a really good conversation with them the other night, and definitely appreciate that. And that's going to be it. So, do we have any last words?
In the end, we all serve the Legion.
In the end, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, we were on the same page there with the Linkin Park. All right. Yeah, Linkin Park.
Okay, bye. Hello, mother.
You know, the world could always use more heroes.